Welcome to The Least We Could Do with your host, Jimmy and Dwayne.
Who's coughing?
Was I supposed to do something? Welcome to the show, everybody. It's The Least We Could Do every Saturday, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Man, we had some trouble with the time zones this week, didn't we, boys?
Yeah, you had some trouble with the time zones this week.
Man, it's
Zero problems.
been a week for old Jimmy. Now look, I am my own walking disaster, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Joining me tonight is Dwayne Primo, fresh off of vacation. He hated every minute of it.
I did not hate every minute of it.
Okay, he's back. Good to see you. And we've got Kyle.
Fat foot.
Oh, yeah.
Can we
I did
see
not
the foot?
prepare any pictures.
Have you seen the size of Kyle's foot?
All right, so that's Fat
Uh,
Foot,
That is the
Wow.
fat foot.
and that's Skinny
Well, you
Foot.
got to give it the close-up profile.
He did not prepare for this. In the camera,
Right in
is
front of the
in a
camera.
fixed position.
profile,
This
so you can see
he
the
got-
fat
Kyle got
fucking top of that thing.
Oh,
No, turn
so
it sideways.
dirty.
There you
granola.
go.
Oh.
You could have washed them.
Yeah,
That is
I know.
a fat foot.
See? Look at his feet.
Got stung by a bee today, ladies and gentlemen. Our own
Yesterday.
Kyle. Oh, yesterday got attacked by a bee, and his foot swelled up, and had a life or death moment there. Kyle, did you think you were gonna die? Like, have you ever been stung before? Was this your first time being stung? Were you just waiting for your airway to collapse?
So I had been stung before, and I was just like, "Well, that sucks." But it was my ear the last time, and it was just my ear that swelled up.
You have big ears anyway, so
Yeah, better to hear you with. And so this was just my toe, and I was just like, "Oh, something's on my toe." Oh, I got stung. And there was
which
nothing I
toe
could do.
was it?
My middle one.
Did you appreciate my artwork?
Yeah, we could bring that up. You talking about this artwork right here on the
Yeah.
I don't have
The
to
right
actually
side?
find the piece of paper. Yeah,
Was your
I
toe
started.
broken?
No, it
That's a
looks like
leg.
your toes do go in different weird directions, but
Thank you.
I thought you got stung on the top of your foot, so I was putting a bullseye there for the bee.
No,
That's
But
a
it
good
looks like
toe.
an eyeball, and that made me start thinking metaphysical and all that. And I was like, maybe the foot is because I've got this little like Asian
not
mat
yet, Aaron.
that I walk on, and it's supposed to like align your chakras and stuff. You know,
Jimmy,
so.
we're behind on the drinking word of the day already.
Is it bees?
It's bees.
Bees.
Drinking word of the night is bees. If you don't drink, that's fine. You don't have to. Now, listen, I am drinking Lone Star tonight.
Oh, that's special.
No apologies. But I still have yet to
apologize.
hear from Austin Seltzer. I will be back on that train. I found another place that sells it, so I might start telling people about it.
No, Aaron, I am not drinking pee yet, and I am I want to apologize profusely for running off the majority of your listeners last Saturday when you kindly invited me to come onto your podcast when we were done.
Thanks for that, by the way.
I was in the car when I got the message from Scott. And
Now, you said in the text message that you were on the way to a bar.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
yeah,
Now, is this the bar where you met a fine young lady?
no, see, that was a memory. That was a sad memory from 10 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it just happened.
No. You know what? You should probably find that, Kyle, on my Facebook page and let's pull that up. And thank you, Kyle, for producing and making us beautiful and everything. You're beautiful and you're everything. Okay.
You are.
You're my everything.
Aw,
Okay. Now
you're
get
my
it.
bees.
Jimmy,
Uh,
I barely talked to you this week. How was your week, man?
Well, yeah, we didn't talk much. I think early in the week you saw that I was under some amount of stress. I had a bit of a meltdown at work. You know what? I have to eat breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy, and there was 2 days in a row that I didn't get breakfast. I am not blaming this on the breakfast.
Sure.
What I'm blaming this on is, as you know, I have a real hard time. Which way is going to get me centered here? Do I need to push in? Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to do the same thing.
So, but you could do it while I was talking, and then it just bothered me too much. So I put too much pressure on myself sometimes, Dwayne.
I noticed.
And then also I don't do any of the things that could take the pressure off of me.
True statement.
And then it builds up. Like, I know exactly what I need to do, but for some reason I think I need to meditate on it. And then
second guess it, and then question it.
Yeah.
And then change your mind 3 to 4 times, usually.
Causing more stress.
Right.
Because
then send somebody to get something that you forgot.
And then tell them the wrong thing.
And exactly. Yeah. We've been through it before.
So we know a little bit about that. So anyway, you miss breakfast on one of these days where you're going through this self-imposed stress, and you can have a blow up. And so that's why I was hoping we could get a psychologist or something on here. I was hoping for Kyle's psychiatrist friend, but he's like, no, I need 3 to 4 weeks ahead time notice before I can do a 20-minute call to give you a free psych consult on
just more than just shut the fuck up.
Okay. All right.
Wow. You sound like me.
So, yeah, I had a meltdown. And so did Tony mention you saw Tony yesterday?
I did. I saw Tony yesterday. I went to
so you guys talked about it. You said, hey, what was up?
I mean, no, I hadn't seen Tony in quite a while, so we had better things to talk about than you.
Okay,
we did talk about you a little bit though.
But what is up with me? What is up with me? I've got a temper. I'm
not going to share my private conversations with your boss.
And then I get when I get confused, I sometimes say the wrong things. So I just want everybody to know, and I've noticed this. A lot of people have been like firing off. I think it's something in the air. It's also, we're in like this COVID haze right now.
You're telling me
that, and you're gonna, because tell me about this. You just came back from your vacation, and when I say COVID haze, I'm talking about like you've got groups of people coming together that believe different things, but they all, are at that event because they want to live their lives and get out and about, and they're worried
feel
about
normal.
Their kids being all cooped up, and they're doing it for the kids, and it's good, but so what was your experience?
Well, we went to, after the show last Saturday, we packed up and left Sunday morning to go and spend some time away we rented a house in Fort Worth, and with a private pool, private hot tub. The kids still had school all week, so we left on Sunday and we visited Six Flags over Texas. And
I've never been to this Six Flags.
Well, let me tell you.
Okay.
Normally, amusement parks are whatever. They're not the greatest thing. In a pandemic.
Normally, and you're in a pandemic. I would not, if I was to pick the cleanest places and the least likely to contract a virus that you are currently in the middle of a pandemic for, Six Flags would not be on my top 10.
Let me tell you, the beginning of the trip, we did Six Flags. The end of the trip on the way home, we did the zoo. The zoo was 150 times worse. Six Flags wasn't bad. When we got there, they had cones in every other parking spot, like to socially distance park,
Right.
And pretty much everybody was masked up unless they were in a common area eating and shit, you know? And we went over to some kiddie rides with my 6-year-old. She rode some teacups. She rode a couple swings. And
now, are you riding these with her?
Some some her mother.
You refuse
some by
to
herself.
give her a sibling, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like
I mean, she's got a half brother, but
every day she wakes up and says, "Can I please have a brother or sister?" And you what do you tell her?
She doesn't ask. She's got puppy brothers, man. She doesn't need human interaction. Her best friend lives across the street. It's fine.
Okay, so your penance.
Okay, so
your penance is that you got to ride these rides with her.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's mostly my wife.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time this past year watching roller coaster videos on YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
on mushrooms?
No, just me and the kid.
Oh, okay.
I put her on my knee. I play we do the roller coaster thing. So there's a couple choices. There's these mine train roller coasters. There's a mini mine train and there's a runaway mine train.
Are you saying mind, M-I-N-D?
Mine, like a rail car through an abandoned mine.
Yeah, gotta get some coal. Gonna
absolutely.
Yeah, bring coal back.
And go ahead. She's 6. But she's a good size 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And while the mini mine train may have been some folks' choice, we went with the runaway mine train because she was tall enough.
Mm-hmm.
She was riding in a car with me. There was an empty car behind us or an empty seat.
If you meet the parameters, why not? Let's do it. Yeah.
Right. And one seat, skip a seat, next seat, social distance ride.
Okay.
So in one car, we're in the front seat of the last car, me and my kid.
Big mistake.
Just listen to the fucking story.
The last car of the train. You don't know this rule?
Listen. Last car. Front seat. Empty seat behind us. My wife is by herself in one car. And it was fine. She was excited to start with. Till it got going. First couple curves, you could see the intensity in her face. She wasn't really enjoying herself, but it seemed like a mild coaster until we got to the end.
And the loop-de-loop.
No, there's no loop, but there is. Now the car is just a bar that comes down over the lap, right? She's sitting on my right.
She's 40 pounds?
No, she's like
20 pounds,
50, 60 pounds, probably 4.5 feet tall. I mean, she's a good sized kid.
Sack of potatoes. Got it.
There was a drop at the end that wasn't very high, but it was a good bit of force and that whipping action at the end of the coaster, right?
Yeah.
Into a hard left-hand bank.
G-force.
Into a black as fuck tunnel.
Yeah.
And
at what point did you realize that she had been thrown from the car?
It felt like a demon grabbed her feet and ripped her from my grasp. And I couldn't see her. I couldn't feel her. I just dove to the right because I knew going into a left-hand turn, centrifugal force is taking her right the fuck out of the car.
Right.
I just reached down for her.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but at this moment, you think she's gone.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever
reach for a flashlight?
Yeah. Well, hold on.
Because it was dark.
Did you have enough time to think about throwing yourself off of the train just so that you wouldn't have to deal with your wife at the end? Okay.
No. But
you would have just been like, she just fell out, babe. So I'm sorry.
And life might have been better. Who knows? But the point of this is I've never been as scared in my life as that moment. I thought she was fucking gone, dude. I grabbed her and I held her in my arms as tightly as I could. And she was a trooper. She was white knuckling the fuck out of that bar and just doing pull-ups like a CrossFit fucking junkie. And for a split second, I thought, keep her down here till we get out of the tunnel. Then look back at my wife. Like, where the fuck is she? So I kind of did that, but I pulled her back up. And dude, I was freaking the fuck out. I didn't I don't know what was going through my mind.
Is this the first time you've had? I mean, because I'm sure that there's parents that go through this because they're parents of children,
Right?
And children are idiots. But have you ever had a moment where, I mean, because like if she had fallen off, like your first thought is, oh my God, is she dead? You know, like if your child falls off a roller coaster. I mean, I imagine that's.
I mean, we're in a fucking concrete tunnel underwater. If she comes out of that car, it's over.
Then again, maybe it's me, Dwayne, that I'm like, oh, she's dead. You know, I went to the worst case scenario. Are parents like so calm that they're like, oh, she's probably going to sprain an ankle. Oh, we're going to have to go to the doctors and get some gauze. Oh,
I'm so behind on comments right now. You would think if I'm in the middle of a fucking story, Kyle would take my slack, but no.
Oh, you normally put them up there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Scott and Aaron are having a fight right now. Scott,
they are.
Aaron, no fighting.
No.
No fighting.
But it wasn't a terrible trip, but and
Araya,
she was a trooper.
What is Araya telling us? Is he giving you any parenting advice?
I don't know, but we do need the idea that you had, and I'll give you credit for this, but the idea that you had to collect all of Araya's comments, make a book out of them.
Oh, yeah.
And then give the proceeds to charity or something.
Yeah, that would be great. Let's because didn't I do that? I was like, here we go. Staying active in ways. Oh no, staying active in a variety of ways for authentic desire. Life is the limit.
Oh God. Stop singing.
I heard that folks with old time religion discovered their own psychological therapy. That's the chorus right there.
That is a long fucking chorus.
I'm thankful for everybody that's joining us on Facebook. Don't forget that we're seeing your tweets live. We will put those up there if they are enjoyable, and most of them always
Aaron,
are.
That is untrue. That is fake news, sir.
My favorite was I missed that, but Aaron's post earlier. They can't. What is it? Can't get COVID if they social distance. Yeah, so he's making.
That was the good thing about that was a good thing about Six Flags. If I could get social distance line standing for a ride for the rest of my life, it'd be amazing because you don't have sweaty people on top of you. But
so
it wasn't like bad.
Every group of family members were able to stand, and then but everybody was socially distancing.
Yeah. I mean, most people were masked up. The weather was nice and cool. It wasn't bad. Cut to Friday at the zoo.
Okay, yeah. What happened there?
Dude, it was hot. And I understand the necessity for masks, but I don't want to be at a fucking zoo when it's hot with a mask on. I was sweating my ass off. I couldn't fucking breathe, but I was wearing my mask. A lot of people were not. And I'm not talking like hanging off of one ear or dick nosing it or anything like that. I'm talking straight up no fucking mask to even be seen.
At the zoo, everybody. Yeah.
And the more I saw people without masks, the angrier I got. And because they were not wearing masks, and I so desperately wanted to not be wearing a fucking mask, and I was jealous.
Dwayne,
that was the only reason.
What is the law? Aren't people supposed to be wearing the mask outside?
There were signs everywhere. Masks required, and security walking around riding their bicycles.
Why don't people wear the mask? Because I don't
know.
Why are we still having this GD conversation, man?
I mean, I get it. You know,
I told
if you don't believe the science and you're at a fucking zoo and you got politicians that you follow telling you that the shit's not real and it's hot and you don't feel like wearing a mask, you're not going to wear a fucking mask.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's crazy. Okay, so look, you're back. You're happy to be back.
Yeah, the house was great. We had a private pool, a hot tub. We knocked out schoolwork in the morning and we swam all afternoon. I got lots of vitamin D, so I'm fucking COVID immune probably at this point, according to Joe Rogan.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I don't know. And that's why I just take the precautions. So but anyway, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're not dead.
Me too. Glad my kid's not dead.
We're not going to solve any of the problems. Same reason that people don't abide by the speed limit, because the laws don't apply to them. Yes. Right. But you know, I mean, like the speed limit thing, well, I mean, 25-mile-per-hour zone is a 25-mile-per-hour zone because it's like a residential area. Yeah, somebody driving 45 miles per hour, that's not debatable. It's like, come on, bro. There's kids. Let the people that have kids have their kids be in a safe area, you know. But then, you know, but on highway,
right?
Maybe we need some higher.
I mean, it's Texas, man. We get 85.
Get some. I don't think Mr. Nelson's advocating 40-mile-per-hour speed limits on the highway, but I know somebody who is, and that's our next guest. Our next guest, Mike June, he likes to go slow on the highway, and he is joining us. He used to live here in Austin. Before that, up in Newark, I believe, and or New Jersey. Maybe he was somewhere in North Philly, but he just tells people that he was from Jersey. But I know he's a stinking Yankees fan, and I hate that about him. But I love everything else about him. He's an amazing singer-songwriter. We're gonna have him join us right now. Everybody, give a warm welcome to Mike June. Everybody,
come on, stop pushing buttons, Jimmy.
That's about right for me. That's the way my entrance should have been.
The timing was perfect, and you know better than to push buttons.
I don't know why I pushed the buttons.
Bees.
Mike June, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How you guys doing? It's good to be here.
Great, Mike.
Yeah, Kyle, that was not your fault. That was my fault. Mike, you're in North Kakalaki. You moved away shortly after your wedding to your now wife. After said wedding, and how's it going over there in North Carolina?
It's fantastic, man. Like we moved like I think 2 weeks after our honeymoon, I think. So like about a month after we got married. We moved to this town. We had actually never been here before. The town that we moved to, we found a house on Zillow and just rented it and just kind of crossed our fingers. And it's like the coolest town ever. It's actually perfect. There's actually a small contingent of people that live here that are from Austin that moved here from Austin as well. So it's been like a fairy tale.
So yeah, I mean, and it's kind of nice. You know, even though y'all dated for a good long while, once you do the ceremony, you do the dance, it's nice to kind of pick up and start fresh, you know, in a new place together. And then I've been hanging out with you online for a while since you moved, watching you and Jess doing your thing. How has North Carolina helped your music?
You know, the interesting thing about where we live in like this town called I'm gonna plug the town. It's called Hillsborough. It's about 5,000 people, and it's like this little town that like maybe like 10 years ago, the only thing here was like the Waffle House. But a bunch of like Northerners and artsy people moved here and kind of revitalized the historic downtown. And so it's 5,000 people. I think we have like 10 art galleries. We have a gig down the street. Like we have a residency half a mile from our house, like a roll down the hill to the local bar and play a gig. A couple of great restaurants. We have our own radio station. It's almost like Northern Exposure in a way, and so yeah, it's been great, and the music scene here actually is really cool because like it's different. Austin, everybody's like a professional, so it's like I'm so and so. So if you're playing with me, you're only gonna put so much time into like the gig, you know, when you might have to play with like somebody way more important, like later on the week or whatever. Here, people are professionals, but it's much more like laid back and community oriented. I don't know if that's the proper word, but it's been great. Like we have neighbors in this band, the Shoal Diggers, and you know, they come over every Saturday night. We just jam out, and everybody. It's really family oriented. I guess is good.
Nice.
And then compared to, because you're a Northeast boy.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? So where are you from originally?
Jersey.
Yeah. Okay.
We're at
but not Newark.
I'm from North Jersey. I'm from north of Newark.
Okay.
So yeah, Bergen County. I'm from like right the border of New York and New Jersey. The border of the two states. So.
And my wife's from the shore. Red
Oh,
Bank.
she's from the shore. Red Bank. Yeah, she's down south. There's people from New Jersey everywhere in the world. I've met people from New Jersey in Berlin, York, England, London, like everywhere.
Anything to get out of Jersey, right?
Yeah, man, it's true. It's true.
There's diehards though, man. There's some people that will never fucking leave New Jersey.
I read a book once that said if you ever meet somebody from New Jersey who doesn't live there anymore, be their friend because they're already successful. To get in New Jersey, you have to like pay a toll. You have to know how to like navigate jug handle turns,
jugs,
cul-de-sacs, traffic. You know, you basically have to pay to get out of New Jersey. Like it costs money.
You can't even pump your own gas. It's ridiculous. You can't
even pump your own gas.
So if they don't want you to leave, they can just refuse you service.
Not as creepy as Oregon, though.
Oh, I feel there's a story there. Did you live in Oregon?
No, but you know, Oregon's the other state that has
that you can't pump. That's right.
Yeah, but like you know, in New Jersey, you get like some like immigrant guy who's like on a cell phone. You know, in Oregon, you get these like white teenage kids who are working out of high school. You know, in like rural Oregon, and like they're standing next to the pump when you get out of the car. It's, you know, you see wild country. You know, some cult stuff going on and
children of the corn shit.
Yeah.
Mormons. You got your start in music up there in Jersey.
Yeah.
And I know your story, but our listeners don't. You were a rocker, you know? You still are, yeah. But you had a band up there. You had life, right? Did it harden you and prepare you for the times we're going through today?
You know, life is a strange thing because you never know what's going on when you're in it, you know, and I'm getting older now. I'm like 45. So, you know, I can look back at times in my life that were like the worst times of my life. And at the time they seemed like they were good. But now I look back at like when I was in college, like 19, 20, 21, I was living in Newark, New Jersey, which at the time was like, it still probably is pretty bad, but it was like really bad. And I was a minority living among, you know, inner city people from the suburbs. I got to see like what it was like really like to live in the inner city for a little while. And I got into drugs there and I got arrested a bunch of times. So like, you know, I got to see the inside of like the way the penal system works. And, you know, like I got arrested 4 or 5 times for like copping dope down in Newark. And, you know, there's not a thing on my record. Like, why is that, you know?
Yeah.
And even like the way I got treated, like while I was like in like the city annex, you know, it's like,
poor baby.
Yeah. Poor baby. Hey, man, you want a cigarette? You know? And then, you know,
why doesn't your dad,
the kid who sold it to me, you know, who like, I drove like an hour to his town to like, you know, to buy his drugs. And he's getting years and I'm getting like, you know, don't come back to this town or like, you know, whatever. It was
a little slap on the wrist.
Yeah. And then, you know, you go through life like that. And, you know, with everything going on now, it's like really, you know, it gives me, I have insight that a lot of people don't, you know, and it really helps. It helps, you know, it helps to talk to people about it as well, which, you know, we like to do, especially through music and, you know, after shows, and because we're pretty vocal. Me and my wife Jess, we're both pretty vocal about how we feel about things, especially in our music. And so yeah,
in your new album that you just dropped, it's on Bandcamp. It's 2020.
Yep.
And are there 20 songs?
No, it's kind of a joke because my career has largely been ignored by almost everybody on earth. I think I have like 30 monthly Spotify listeners, which is you know, I thought there are probably cats that have more Spotify followers than that per month. But anyway, I wrote all these songs. You know, I started getting political like during the Obama administration, at least in my music. And I actually had started writing in like the early 2000s when Bush was president, but I didn't record those songs. I just, when Obama became president and we were touring a lot and seeing America, I started writing these political songs. So when quarantine happened, I figured since I've been touring most of my life as a solo artist, I might as well, maybe I should put out some solo acoustic music. And I have all these songs that I've recorded from my old records that are just so relevant right now. You've heard Hard Times. I got a song called Pray for Rain. And like one of the lines, it was when I wrote it, I was writing about health insurance. Because, you know, people love to hear songs about health insurance. But anyway, it was the line is like, you know, you can't leave the house because you fear you might get ill. You know, it's just like a line like that. Just when you sing it now, it's like, whoa. And,
you know, and I resemble that remark, you know, like so many years ago. And now I'm just old and broken. But there was so many years where I was like, I want to play soccer. I want to join a soccer league. But I didn't have insurance, and I was like, if I go out there and hurt myself, I'll bankrupt myself, and so I never joined soccer.
It's probably for the best.
And this interruption of Mike June's interview is brought to you by Regeneron, or what is that shit that he just put?
Regeneron.
Okay. Stem cells.
Fetus juice.
So, Mike,
I did move to the perfect town because in our local supermarket they sell Topo Chico.
Nice.
There was an article recently about some sort of contaminant in Topo Chico. Did you guys see this? It was it came out and then it was buried. Coca-Cola is good at hiding anything that.
If something goes wrong with me, it's probably that because I drink like 30 of those a day. So I learned I wasn't really an alcoholic. I was actually just addicted to carbonated shit. So,
is that what it was?
Yeah. All that beer was.
Love the soda water. So you don't drink anymore.
Coming up on a decade, actually.
Nice.
And
congratulations.
As far as addiction goes, that plays into a lot of your songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what you've gone through. What was this? I don't know. Can we talk about the story? Didn't you go somewhere without pants sometime?
Yes, I'll tell that story. It's a little embarrassing. But when I was in my early to mid 20s, I had this really great job. I was a booking agent for like a pretty big time like folk agency. We had like Richie Havens and Janice Ian, and like really like I was booking people and like they were making like $6,000 a night, $10,000 a night. I even booked Celia Cruz, who was like the queen of like salsa music. She was getting like 135 grand a night.
What?
And,
wow.
Yeah, crazy. I got one year I made 75 grand in commission. And I didn't save a penny of that shit. I spent every dollar. I was just like living life. It was really great. Like I was able to go get like, you know, I'd go to any show in New York City I wanted. I had all these connections. So I stopped doing it to concentrate on when my first record came out. And I was pretty much a wreck. looking back at it at least. And anyway, I had gotten headhunted by ICM, which is like huge booking agency, like Celine Dion. The job would have been like easily 6 figures, easily like an office like on Central Park West, like top of the line. So they had hunted me, and I was like, yeah, I'll take the interview, you know. And at the time, I was like doing this job. I was delivering tapes. I was driving into New York City every day, delivering like these tapes to like A&E and places like that. And I was like, in my head, I was like, well, I'll go in for work, but then I'll have a couple spare hours. I could score some dope, you know, like, you know, and then I'll go to my interview. So like, I got my clothes, put my regular clothes on, put my suit, like, you know, I was getting ready. And so it was time for the interview. I'm pretty high at this point, and I go into my van and grab my suit, and I have the jacket, and I have the shirt, and I have the tie, but I don't have the pants. So I just wear shorts to my interview with the rest of the suit. And yeah, the lady came out. I didn't even make it into the office. That was pretty much the end of it for me. Yeah.
I mean, at least you had shorts.
At least I had shorts,
you know.
Okay, because in my head, I'm glad you told the story. In my head, you didn't have any pants. I
Like tidy whities.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay. So it wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty embarrassing. It was pretty embarrassing. I mean, I'm like sweating. My hair is disheveled. You know, I'm probably like snot and drool coming out of my mouth. Whatever. It was pretty bad. And it could have been a pretty sweet job. Who knows? I might be here talking about something else.
You probably wouldn't be here talking at all.
Probably right about that.
You know, you and I have a lot of parallels, although we've been in different industries. Sometimes the money corrupts. You know, having that much money at that age,
yes, terrible. Crazy. I'm terrible with money now, like, you know, and I'm sober, and you know, money's just never been something I've been very interested in. You know, like, it was great to have it, and I wasn't doing that job for it at the time, but it was coming, like, and I was like 26 years old, and I was already, you know, well into drugs and alcohol before that anyway. So, you know, like, when you can afford to like fly to Amsterdam for like 5 days.
Yeah. And then,
you know,
and then when you're living that lifestyle, it just takes 1 or 2 bad calculations to slip off the foundation, you know. You know, and like, oh, it's fine, I'll just do this lid right before this interview. I'll be fine. I don't know if kids call it lids these days.
I know, I doubt it.
But your experience is evident in your music, and this new album is raw. You recorded this yourself, and you've got Jess helping you out on some of the harmonies, right? What was it like revisiting these songs?
It was cool, like we said before. Like, there are a lot of just lines. I'm not one to really look back ever in my music. Like, as soon as I'm done making a record, it's usually like I'm already halfway done with the next one. So it was cool to go back and like play some of these songs and maybe put a different spin on them. Like a song like Newark, which is like very upbeat on the record, to like slow it down and let the lyrics kind of come out a little bit. And then certain songs, like the political songs, like Fall from Grace, which is on there, Hard Times, Pray for Rain, Cotton Fields, all these songs. I wrote a lot of songs about racism, and there's just, it's funny, you go back and when you first write it, you're like, that's the line that means something. And now that I'm like re-singing them, you know, it's like, oh, that line that I always thought was just like maybe a bridge line or something, like that's the line now that means something. So it was cool. It sucks to be the judge, jury, and executioner when you're like making your own record and you're the only person on it. I learned one thing, like, I'm obsessive compulsive, but I also don't have the attention span to be obsessive compulsive. So,
whenever I find
myself,
I find myself in that recursive loop of judging myself and second guessing myself, and then I just take a nap. And then when I wake up from the nap, I realized it's really close to bedtime, so I might as well just eat something and then just do it in the morning. You know?
Yeah.
Good advice for everybody, Dwayne.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Mike, what's next for life in America?
My life or everybody's life?
Everybody. We've got something big coming up here. Are you worried? How's North Carolina doing? Are the numbers looking good for voting?
I think my gut and my heart is telling me that everything's gonna be good. You know, everything's gonna be good. But you know, we live in a town that's like we're actually equidistant between Duke University and
you're in the triangle, right?
We're outside the triangle, but we're equidistant between Duke University and University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Okay. So two very liberal, very like educated cities, but like we have a lot of rural places in between. We have a guy just basically across the street, across the highway from our house, who flies a gigantic Confederate flag. You know, like it's huge. Like it's you know,
I don't know if you knew this, but it's his right.
Yeah. Actually, the county made a law about how high your flagpole can be after he put it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So now you can't really see it unless you move your head a little bit. But you know,
he didn't get grandfathered in.
No, no. But you know, so I'm going to go volunteer. We'll be signed up to volunteer for like whatever, whether they put us on phone banks or send us to a polling place or whatever. I'm a little nervous that like something, you know, just because we have the mix of rural and urban here. Like, you know, there's a town next to us called Carborough. It's like where the music venue is. It's next to Chapel Hill. We were playing a gig one day, and the guy in the bar in our town called me a Carborough Yankee. You know, so like, and so you know, you don't know what's gonna happen. But I've always had, and I've been talking about it for the last couple of years. Wherever we play shows around the world, like I have so much faith in humanity. I've met so many people. Like I wasn't surprised when Trump won in 2016 because I met people in places like Iowa where they were like, we got fucked by one side, fucked by the other. I'm just going to vote for this guy because he's not part of any of that stuff. And I know those people now are like feeling shameful about it. And, you know, so I have great hope that it will, things will work out. Everybody will be peaceful, and it's probably going to be quite the comic show on the way out.
Yeah, it's going to be different than any
You're
other.
Right over there, buddy.
I just looked up at my laptop and it's at 2%. I forgot to plug in the power cord. But yeah, I mean, as disastrous as that would have been, the disaster's already happened, right? Trump is a symptom.
Yeah.
And you've been on the road. You were on the road by yourself for many years, and then with John D. Graham doing a lot of stuff. You got to tell me about what the whole pie thing's about too. By the way,
pie.
And then, but you know, when you're playing, because you guys would do like those big runs up in the northwest and the Midwest. There's towns you come upon and you're like, man, there's not a lot of folks that stay here. Like when they drive through, they just drive through. Yeah. And there's not outside influence. You rub elbows with that, and then you start to be sensitive to the thought process that could allow Trump to become our president. So
yeah, that, you know, like I meet people like that, but also my entire family is Trumpy, and you know, like. So you have that gives me actually like that forces me to have some kind of empathy, you know, because what am I gonna do? Like hate my parents because they don't read, you know? Like,
right.
And so that's been pretty tough actually. I don't talk politics with my family, but like, you know, just knowing that my parents also live in Florida, so my mom has like lung issues, my father has heart issues. And when I talked to them last week, it was like, are you wearing your mask? And like, you know, my mother told me how you get COVID more from sitting inside breathing your own air, like one of those things. And then when I talked to them last week, I'm like, "Are you wearing your mask?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, because look what happens to the president." So I was like, "All right, maybe that's a blessing."
So okay, so I do think that there's some people that are like, "Oh, if he can get it," but I think there's also okay, now I don't know if this is true, but I was reading through some tweets right before the show, and I haven't had time to do any research on it. So I'm going to report on it right now.
Okay.
There's supposedly a rumor where Trump actually discussed playing up his ailments and like gaffing a little bit, and then like after a couple days coming out on the balcony, and he wanted to rip open his shirt to reveal a Superman shirt underneath. He had this. Is it you saw this too, Mike?
I saw it, and I have a personal reason why I hope it's not true. Okay. For like 5 years straight, when I lived in Austin, my Halloween costume every year was I would wear a suit with a Superman shirt underneath, so I didn't really have to dress up. I could just like unbutton my shirt a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'd hate to think that me and Trump are like thinking on the same wavelength as far as that goes.
Or that now you can never use that costume again.
But if it is true, man, like it's disappointing that it didn't happen, because that would have been pretty fucking funny.
I don't think it's true.
I don't think it's true either. I don't think it's true.
I mean, I think he could probably, like, if you were to like him, like, remember back with Bush, we hated Bush, right? But you could always you always had that thing that you would say, you know what, but I'd probably have a beer with him. I bet he's a lot of fun to hang out with. And
I definitely wouldn't have a beer with Trump. No way.
No. I actually have like a little bit of a Trump like connection, a little bit, because when I was doing the job I told you about before, delivering tapes and stuff, one of the places I would go once or twice a week was Trump Tower.
Okay.
So I'd go through like the freight, or the messenger entrance, and all the guys that were security there, you'd have to sign in and take the freight elevator up to. There was like a soccer league that I would deliver to there.
Man, I always wanted to be in a soccer league. Let me tell you this story.
Oh God,
you need to go to Trump Tower, buddy.
Go ahead.
I have friends at MLS, so I'll hook you up after the show. But so anyway, all these either like retired cops or guys that were like moonlighting as security guards. They would talk. If you got to know them after a while, it was there like once or twice a week.
Right.
They start telling you about Trump. This is like, what's he like? He's a total douchebag. One guy always said like, I don't think he knows how to open a can of soda. That's what the one guy used to say all the time. So I don't think I'd want to have a beer with that guy.
No. Well, and he wouldn't drink with you because I don't think he drinks. He's got some weird moral.
No, man, he's in the meth. He's in the meth, man.
It's the thing that bothers me the most about him is his choice of food, like well done steak and like fast food with ketchup. Like, man,
McDonald's.
Well, that is the palate that is developed by a spoiled child that gets to pick what he eats every night by the house chef.
That's one of the things you share with the president, though, Jimmy, is your love of McDonald's fries.
Their fries are the best.
I have seen both of you shovel McDonald's fries into your mouths at the same veracity.
If you were in a soccer league that won the championship and went to the White House, think of how much McDonald's fries you could have.
Man, it would be the best. Mike, you just kind of bummed me out. One of my favorite songs is it's a song about your parents, isn't it?
Charlie and Lily.
Yeah. What was it? I had some reason to drive across country by myself. And I listened to that song maybe 5 or 6 times in a row, crying my eyes out. And it was because it was right after a time where one of my cousins, who's very, very, he's family, by the way, my cousin's family, and he had a heart attack, and we almost lost him, and it was going to be one of those tragic things. He's too young, and stuff like that. It hit home. Your song cured me in a way that it allowed me to express my emotions or feel, because your words allowed me to do that. And I think I even like called you on that tour and was like, dude, that song. And then you hate it when I ask for it. But now that I know your parents are Trump supporters, I won't bug you about it.
You know what? I gotta cut my parents some slack here. I don't think my parents will actually vote.
They won't vote, but
my parents just like, they're old and they're like, they don't have a lot of interest. So they just sit in the house and they like look at Facebook and they watch Fox.
Yeah.
They're not really political, like it's just like that. It's weird. It's like it's a subculture of people,
Yeah, they're out there, man. A lot of like my parents are getting to an age now where they're just tired. They don't want to fuck with any of this shit.
Yeah. I mean, and I have a lot of empathy for a lot of people who voted for Trump and support Trump. Because there are places in this country where things are just like done. Like there's a Pomeroy, Iowa. There's like little towns in Iowa or Nebraska and Kansas, just like places that are just gone. And like nobody's helped them, so it's like you might as well vote for the guy who has no experience or isn't.
Yeah, the guy who's talking about just destroying the system. Let's vote for that guy. But
he
didn't do any of it.
He didn't. Well, he didn't do any of it, and they now not only did they get screwed even more, kind of, they're also like kind of shouldering the blame, and people are pointing their fingers.
Yeah.
It's like this. It just kind of makes everything worse. It's like salt in the wound.
And then plus we've got these outside actors, China or Russia, or just people that hate America. Probably there's probably somebody just down the street that's got a company that's making memes, man.
Yeah.
But you can't tell somebody that's mad at the system for spitting them up, chewing them up and spitting them out, that, well, hey, I know you voted for that guy that was going to break the system and make it better for you, and he didn't. But let's not break it. Let's just build it better. It's a hard sell.
It is.
So
yeah, I think it's just easier these days to be mad than to try and understand. It takes too much work to try and understand what the fuck's going on. So let's just get fucking mad at everything.
Yeah. And what makes us mad really is like, now that all these like documentaries and stuff are coming out about social media, just like really triggering you. I'm an addict. So like, anything I do, I love to do, like, right. Yeah, I was like a drug addict, but also if you give me a plate of cookies, I'm going to eat like all the cookies. I've never put like a pint of Ben & Jerry's back into the freezer. It's never happened in my life, So after I watched a couple of those movies on Netflix or whatever, and you start to see like how they talk about Twitter has like it's the dial on the top. It's like they took that from Vegas, like the slot machines,
Yeah.
So I find myself like getting the addiction, and like the anger goes up, and like
I noticed it during my vacation. If I woke up in the morning and went straight to like Twitter or Facebook or check the news feed or something, it sets the tone for the day, man. And I would just be just a twinge angry for the whole fucking morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be angry.
It's easy to fall into that trap, man.
It really is. And then, when lockdown started, I was doing a really great job of just like keeping a schedule, and I was like taking guitar lessons. I'm teaching myself how to speak French, and I'm working out and doing yoga and like, all this stuff. And I wasn't doing social media, and I was like riding high for like a good like month and a half.
Yeah.
We did our whole yard and all this stuff. And then, once a couple of news cycles hit, and you're like, what?
Wait, what happened?
Yeah. Or like football season starts and you need to like watch your fantasy teams here on the computer more. Then it's like, let me look at this.
Well, you're at the grocery store and somebody's like, did you hear Trump wants to shove bleach up his ass? And you're like, I gotta.
I'm telling you, man, what we need more of this year is that that dude on the longboard with this cranberry juice and
Oh.
some Fleetwood Mac, bro.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stories we need more of. That inspired the Pence fly. Did you see that one where they zoomed in on the fly and he had a bottle of cranberry juice and was singing Dreams?
Yeah, one
That
of the
was
best ones.
great.
Mike, what are you going to play for us?
What do you want to hear, man? I'll play anything you want.
Charlie and Lily, will you do it?
All right. Yeah, man, I'll do it.
Honor your parents. I love them no matter who they vote for. I love them even more if they don't vote.
Me too.
No, I
And
don't.
I really don't. I really don't think my parents are going to make it out to vote. They're not that kind of people.
He's going to win. Can you do a mom accent? A Jersey mom accent?
I could do Bob Dylan's mom.
Okay.
Right? So have you ever heard the Allen Ginsberg met Bob Dylan's mom? And he was like, yeah, Bob Dylan's mom is like a Jewish chicken soup type of mother, you know, like she's like a real like. So I used to do this routine, be like Bob Dylan at breakfast with his mom, like, Bobby, you're gonna be a lawyer someday. Yeah, ma, I want to be a folk singer. I want to be a lawyer. Oh, Bobby, you're not gonna be a musician.
I love it.
Yeah. So this one goes out to Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's mom.
Mike
Bob
June,
Dylan.
everybody.
In a small town near a city, Charlie works the metro line, making $50K, $100,000 world. It takes him a day to get by. She's been the school nurse for 20 years. In May they'll be married 25. Oldest daughter, she just got her license. Wants to go to college and get a car to drive. Late at night when they're lying in bed, Charlie looks at Lily and he smiles. She could see the worried look in his eyes. Charlie and Lily, they got big plans. Few years with the kids are all moved out. They got good pensions and social security. Gonna sell the house and live down south. And it was on a Tuesday in late December, oh, right before Christmas, 4 o'clock. Last train was leaving Central Station and hard work and Charlie's heart just stopped. Late at night in the hospital bed, Charlie opened his eyes and he saw Lily crying. And he wondered if everything would be alright. She said, wake up, darling, everything is alright. Times get tough and money gets tight. Everything falls apart at the seams. It's just part of living the American dream. Charlie and Lily, they're a little bit wiser, grayer and deeper in debt. Between Charlie's medication and the kid's education, oh, two of them ain't moving south just yet. Charlie and Lily, they still talk about it, oh, how they did everything just right. Went to school, got good jobs, they got married, and they always tried to pay their bills on time. Late at night when they're lying in bed, oh, the silence just seems so right. And they wonder if they can still fight the fight. She cries, wake up, darling, everything's alright. Times get tough and money gets tight. Everything falls apart at the seams, it's just part. She cries, wake up, darling, everything's alright. Times get tough and money gets tight, yeah. Everything falls apart at the seams. I got you, honey, you're my American dream. Oh.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very
we do
nice,
this?
sir.
Yes,
There we
thank
go.
you so much. This has been a lot of fun, guys.
Dude,
Let me give you a plug, right? I was
Yeah.
on Jerry Springer's podcast, and this is way fucking better than that.
Kyle, mark that, will
Mark
you?
the tape. Mike, please give your lovely bride a hug from me, and I miss you guys. I
Miss
love
you too, man.
I can't wait till I see you again. And
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show. You're an amazing artist who sees the world with his own eyes, and you put it on paper and then you sing it to people and they feel it. And I know that you felt that they felt it. I feel it. You feel what I feel. We're all
feeling it
feeling
right now.
Yeah.
We're all feeling it. Thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure. Jimmy, I miss you, man.
Miss you, dude.
Anybody coming through? You coming through North Carolina? Doors open. Food
Hell
on the
yeah.
table all the time. And get out there and vote, everybody. Please.
If you
Thanks,
learned
Mike.
anything tonight,
Thank you.
MikeJune.bandcamp.com. Get his album 2020. You can pay whatever you want. I mean, if you're a dick, if you just give him $1,
Right.
I'll be honest with you.
Throw the man
I
a little
downloaded
coin.
it. I downloaded it yesterday. I was a week late. It came out a week before, but it was free, so I was listening to it for free for a week. You can try it out if you want.
I was listening to him on Spotify all afternoon while I was grilling, so
you
hopefully he
should-
gets a
you
little
should
coin
subscribe.
from that too.
He said he only had 31 subscribers. Give him another subscribe.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, Mike June, get him on all over the place. He's got a website too. I think it's Mike June Music. That was awesome. Thank you for
Yeah, that was great, man.
thank you for taking us on that journey, Mike. And
Why are we
Dwayne,
backwards?
I don't
You're
know.
on the right. I'm
But I
on
think
the
it's
left.
I think it's time for a quick smoke break, and we've got a very special segment sent to us from our buddy Paul Hendrick.
Oh wait, we need Kyle here real quick.
Where is
Kyle, where are you?
Hey,
Kyle?
he's ready to go.
Kyle, where are you?
He's ready to go. He's
around.
already soloed his
Kyle,
screen.
What's up?
how long is this video?
Got 5 minutes and 7 seconds.
All right, this is our buddy Paul Hendricks from Strain on Society. I told him a great story last night about my favorite strain, but I'm not going to tell you guys because
Okay, save it for next show
no.
or the next strain on this minute on the strain. What are we gonna call
Yeah.
this? What?
Yeah, what are we calling it?
We
The
gotta go to
a strained minute? No, that sounds terrible.
I don't know. But this is a minute of strain on society. Or Paul, I think
Strain of the week.
Strain of the week.
Strain of the week.
And we'll be right back.
Yes, we will.
Strain on society.
Hi, I'm Paul E. Hendricks with Strain on Society. Your weekly strain, or maybe it's the strain of the week. I'm not sure what Jimmy's going to call this, but I can guarantee he's going to call it something. But since this is the first one, I'm going to call it the Strain on Society strain of the week. Each week now, I'll be coming and sharing strains that I get to sample and review on my podcast, Strain on Society, which you can find on YouTube. You can follow my Instagram at Paul E. Hendricks, or you can also follow Paul E. Hendricks Author on Facebook, and that's where you'll be able to watch these every Wednesday at 11 a.m. ish. They'll be published Wednesdays at 11 a.m. around that time on all those different vehicles, different platforms. So I hope you join me. It's not only reviews of strains. I also have some conversations with really interesting folks, and there's some shenanigans. There's a lot of coughing, and I have a good time over there. There's a lot of talk about mental health, politics, culture. That's the whole name of the game, is cannabis, culture, conversation. So join us over there. For this first episode, this first segment, if you will, the strain that I've been really digging this week is Silver Haze. Now, I know that name probably sounds familiar to most of you because Super Silver Haze was an enormously popular strain back in the late 90s, particularly. I know in the last decade, last half of the decade of the 90s, it took home several cup awards. I think Cannabis Cup, as well as the High Times, or maybe it was the High Times Cannabis Cup at the time. It doesn't matter. It took home several cups. It was a very popular strain, and it was for a very good reason. It was an awesome strain. So, excuse me, Silver Haze is not the same as Super Silver Haze. A lot of folks seem to make that mistake. The difference is, well, I don't know. They took the name Super off of it, I guess. I don't believe with all the Super Silver Haze had like three different flowers came into one, and Silver Haze doesn't have skunk. I think that might be one of the only differences. But I started smoking this week. Maybe you can smell this when I light it now. Very, very earthy. Super earthy. Tastes like mushrooms almost. So the flavor, you'll get to know me. I love citrus. The flavor on this isn't anything to write home about. As I mentioned on Strain on Society, there's a lot of coughing. So I digressed with my coughing. Really, really earthy flavor profile, and then you also get a little bit of spice, peppery, and then it follows off with a little bit of citrus, which is my favorite. But there's just a hint of it, and it's usually on the exhale that you'll get just that hint of lemon and a little bigger. You get a little bigger taste with the spicy, peppery kind of taste. But the terpenes, they're not overwhelming because they're very earthy, as I mentioned. That definitely dominates the flavor of this. But the high on it. For instance, yesterday, I just puffed on one a couple times and found myself having a conversation while I was using the restroom about filming a review or recording a review. And after just 2 puffs for a diehard stoner like myself, that's pretty impressive. So throughout your week, if you can get your hands on Silver Haze, put it in your face. I'm Paul E. Hendricks. This has been the Strain of the Week from Strain on Society. Love you guys. Now I'm going to throw it back to Jimmy, and I'll throw it back to Dwayne, and I'll throw it back to Kyle. I mean, seriously, babe, how many fucking people they need on this goddamn show? It's ridiculous. Oh. I love you guys. Just fuck 'em up.
Here, we could have left his info up a little bit. If you guys haven't checked out Paulie Hendricks, the E stands for extraordinary on Strain on Society. Check him out. The YouTubes, the Facebooks, the whatevers. It's a great show. Jimmy.
Because
Jimmy,
I was out.
Your mic was muted
What?
that whole time.
Is it working now?
I just unmuted you.
Okay. Okay.
I
So
kind of liked it actually. Hold on. Hold on. Try it now. Yes, this is nice. Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay.
Hey,
I gotta
Paul's
go back
the
and watch
bee's
it.
knees.
I didn't watch it before the show, so I didn't preview it. But I imagined our illustrious producer did, and as I was walking out with a fresh beer, ready to have a smoke break on the porch, I basically just heard. Was it a 5-minute commercial for his show? Is that all this was?
Pretty
Or
much.
Did we get any information about any bud?
I don't know. I went to smoke.
I don't know.
Not the
love,
same strain.
Love Paul Hendricks. There's his information. Strain on Society. I don't know how to, guys. I can't even try and push buttons. I don't know what
Is
to
it-
do. I'm gonna accidentally.
What are you
leave.
trying to do?
I was gonna just like get that off so it's just you and me.
Okay.
How do we do that?
You better now?
God bless America. Okay, so look, this is where we're at right now in life. Things have gotten kind of weird on the interwebs. You may have noticed the other day I was tagged in a post from Mr. Nelson because he had found something on Facebook Marketplace that he thought that I might be interested in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now,
I thought you might be interested in it too. I honestly am surprised that it's not in your possession now.
oh my God. Oh my God.
What?
I'll show you in a second. But
Did you
hold
just
on.
win it?
No, I didn't. No, so this is the thing. The guy's dropped off communication. Now, what are we talking about here? What I'm trying to do is find my saved items in Marketplace. Man, they changed Facebook and it sucks. I mean, we could do a whole show about the new Facebook, right?
I'd
But-
rather not talk about Facebook.
Isn't it the worst? None
I
of it
mean-
makes sense. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason to why they made these changes. Nothing is easier. Okay. Oh, and then just things change on the fly. Okay, here we go. I've got the damn listing.
I don't think
up.
anything's changed. I think it's still the same as it always has been. You just don't know how to work it.
Okay, how do I share my screen? I want to share a Chrome tab, Marketplace.
Kyle,
Share.
why do I have to do this every
Here-
week?
Is this?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Genuine Horse Panda Express Orange Chicken Piece. What
So
is
this
it, $20?
Genuine Horse Panda. Now, I mean, he named it so shittily.
Yeah.
You know, like if I was like genuine
Genuine
chicken
Panda
piece.
Express Orange Chicken Horse Piece.
Yeah, no, you say this is a genuine Panda Express orange chicken piece shaped like a horse. Nobody knows what horse panda is.
It doesn't even
Genuine
look
ho-
like a horse. It looks like an elephant with
okay.
a part of its trunk cut off.
This guy finds this piece of chicken, which is obviously horse shaped, and I'm surprised that you don't believe so. He finds this in his
It's
meal.
like a
Looks like
sad
a horse.
dog.
he's selling it for $20 or best
Doesn't
offer.
look like a
I would
horse
have
at
given
all.
him $20.
The proportions are completely wrong for a horse.
You don't think this looks like a horse? How about
No.
this?
No, still
No,
doesn't look like
you
a
don't-
horse.
No?
And now it looks like a hairy camel with no
Okay.
hump.
Horse.
No.
Horse.
No.
Horse.
No.
Horse.
No.
You can see the mane. You can
Now-
see the tail.
You messaged him. You were in contact with him. So what happened?
He's dropped off communication. I even sent him a link, and this whole hour of the show was dedicated to the negotiation.
You sent me a screenshot of your messaging with him.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know that you asked about the condition of the piece, and he mentioned that he had weathered it some to give it a nice texture.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm, mhm,
Let's
mhm.
get a look at those messages, Jimmy.
I don't know how to get to it.
It was freezer kept,
There it
the
is.
last that I heard.
There we go.
No.
I sent him the link to
Oh.
the show. I sent
Oh,
him a
you
message.
messaged him a lot more than
Yes.
than what I saw.
I had messaged him prior to Brian sending me the link and saying, "Hey, you need this." I was already on it.
Yeah, you were already on it. I got that from the
That's-
message with
so-
Brian. But the last I saw, I think you said that you were prepared to level an offer for this piece.
Yes.
And what transpired after that?
Okay. So what happened was, I said, "Hey, how are you storing it currently?" He says, "I'm aging it on my porch to give it a nice vintage texture, but it's
Yeah.
currently tucked away in my freezer." And then there you go. I would like to prepare an offer. Silence. And then I was like, "Hey, I would like to have." I was trying to trick him. So I might have screwed it up. And instead of saying "Hey Brosif," I put "He Brosif." So I don't know. I don't know if that's offensive. In some
Probably. Depends on the guy, I guess.
world. So I asked him if he was available at 9:15. It's right
Mhm.
now. I sent him the link.
Yeah, he's probably camera shy.
I don't know if we're gonna get him.
Now, I'm going to ask your honest opinion here. Do you think that this is a bullshit post?
I think he actually has that piece. Do you think
You
he ate it?
He may have.
Are you gonna?
Do
are
you
gonna
think he
make it-
heated it, or do you think he ate it frozen?
This is the question. Why do I think I need it? Because
Are you going to eat it?
because as much of a joke as it is that Brian,
You know what, folks? If you want Jimmy to buy this chicken piece and eat it live on the show next Saturday, comment #yes now in the
Just type
comments.
yes. Why hashtag yes?
I don't know, because it sounds more
All right.
kitschy.
Put the phone number up. Let's get somebody to call in here. I'm sure we've got some
All right.
questions.
Let's get the
Um,
phone number up.
We got Dylan on the chat. Amber's out there. My
He
sis.
didn't say no.
I mean, that's true. There's still a chance.
That's 3 yeses right there, Jimmy.
Oh no, one yes per person.
No. You can vote as many times as you like.
Well, that's ridiculous. It's gonna clog up the chat because you can just copy and paste into
You're right.
oblivion. So one yes per person, but if you put multiple yeses in your comment, they will be
It
weighed.
counts as one yes. If your 3 yeses, Dylan, count as one yes.
Okay. So Kyle, this is
Hey,
where
Kyle.
this is where the show goes off the rails.
Okay.
So want to know what's next? What do we do now?
Oh well, this is your show.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh,
just here to
there's
answer
another
the phone.
yes.
Okay. What's someone called Taz? Why?
I feel like when 'cause-
You know what?
do we have a donation box for people to throw
We need one of
Jimmy
those
eating things.
Patrons. We need a Patron.
Let's talk about this new thing that we're gonna do. We're going to, because look, we've been giving you guys some free content for a good long while.
10 episodes. We're in double digits now, so it's only
This
it's
is our
only
10th
proper
episode.
that we do something.
We are launching a shirt. Do you? And we haven't talked about this. Do you guys support this shirt? Is this a stupid shirt?
I mean, it's a shirt.
It's a shirt.
I don't wear shirts
yeah.
with words on them.
It's a shirt. You do too. I've seen you.
Rarely.
Oh, rarely. You're right.
Yeah. Like keep calm and dust my wets.
I mean,
Oh, you're a button down guy, is what you're saying.
it's a simple shirt. It's a simple design, and I'm totally not against its message. You know, I like it. I wish it was different colors.
Well, yeah,
bring it up for you.
this is the thing. So I had this idea, and this came about prior to the last election. And
Hey,
I don't
Dylan,
know.
Dylan just brought up 10th episode on 1010.
Hey,
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
I had this idea like 10 years ago before the last election, and I wrote it down. I've got this file.
10 years ago?
Yeah, I have this notepad file on my phone of t-shirt ideas. So like I'll just come up with a stupid idea and then I'll put it on that file, right?
Right.
Well, this is one of them. And I reached out to my buddy Doug. God bless him. He's an amazing man. I probably owe him a couple $100. And but he did it for free. Well, he didn't ask for anything, but he knows that I've got guilt. So that's feeding his soul right now. My guilt is like, yeah, he knows he owes me, you know, like that.
Can you get to the point?
You want me to show the shirt?
Yeah. Did you see the folder that I just put in the drive?
Oh no, shit. I don't. Is this with
I forgot to tell you.
That's what the private chat is for. You can tell Kyle.
I put a folder on the drive called T-shirt, and it's got a bunch of photos.
Amateurs.
But you know what? Oh fuck! And I'm sorry for saying that cuss word, Mom. But
she's not watching. Your dad's watching because this is fun.
Well, you talking about roller coasters? Who knew you could say the F word that many times just describing a ride on?
You knew I could say it that many times.
I know, but I mean that's my mom. You know, she's
for effect.
Like a waitress walks over to her and says, "Hi guys, how's it going?" She's like, "Excuse me, I am not a guy." You know, like there's just a couple things that she hinges on, and one is the F word. And man, I could stop a conversation. I could be winning the argument, and then I use that word, and then it's over. I hear you, Amber.
Fuck it.
Yeah. So this
past mom's bedtime anyway.
This is the shirt. Here we go.
Jimmy, where did you find this model?
Okay, I think this is some sort of my t-shirt guy.
Ah, there we go. I know her.
That's the thing. That's the model in your corner.
I know her.
Yeah,
Jimmy keeps her in the corner.
Listen, and I promise I have not named her.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't expect you would have named her.
The creepy part.
I know.
That you did.
So this is the shirt. This is the shirt.
Love trumps hate. So you see, it's a cascading pattern. It's 100% of a bunch of stuff. Trump hates.
Got any of that Modal in it?
Hate loves Trump. Oh, that's sideways. Damn it.
Damn, you fucking can't do it right.
But it's a take on the thank you bag. So Trump hates love. Hate loves Trump. Love trumps hate. So look, as somebody that's telling
that's the first time I noticed that. It's like the fourth time I've seen this design, and it's the first time I noticed that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't change the way I feel about the shirt.
Originally, I was trying to do it. Oh, well, see, it does it where there's like love from the top right. It kind of I should have maybe we should do, on the next version. Maybe we do love. The problem is, I don't want to read out. I would have to read out love out of the loves. I I'm really critical, even at the point where
It's
we've
fine.
already,
It looks
where
great.
we've already produced the freaking shirt and I have them in boxes. So
Ready to
we've made-
ship.
What the point is, we've made this shirt. We've made this shirt and we're gonna sell it.
We are.
Now, what's the money going towards?
What is it going?
More of this garbage that you're listening to right now. Okay.
More of the three of us drinking every time someone says a particular word.
Let me
like
tell you this.
these.
We just interviewed a great American, somebody that cares about this country and
No one else is drinking.
and the people. Oh, are we supposed to drink?
Oh shit.
Fucking bees.
Mm.
And Kyle's. We should have made the word foot. Kyle's fat fucking foot.
Mike June is donating his album, like the entirety of everything that he makes, to the ACLU.
Mhm.
This whole album, he's not like 100% going to the ACLU.
Nice.
Right. We're not doing that. I would like to do that. And I've had multiple people say, how much are you giving to a charity? And I don't know. Let's sell a couple to at least make this money back. That's the first step. Okay. So don't beat me up on this. I think it's a cool shirt. I've got it in multiple sizes. It's going to be up on Jimmy's Bazaar. Are you ready with the
So
Jimmy's Bazaar logo, Kyle?
you're gonna have to go to eBay to buy this shirt because Jimmy can't figure out
The
how to get
shopping-
our web store to work.
Look, it was going to be like another $15 for a web store. Why
Why didn't you use? There are so many places that offer a free web store.
No, there's no free. It's like you can make a store,
No, come
but
on.
if you want it,
Somebody's got a free web store.
you want it. Nobody's got a free web store.
Somebody's got one.
eBay, but it's not free because I've got a store. Look, this is an opportunity for cross promotion. The people from Jimmy's Bazaar came and talked to me,
Okay.
and they said
They are one of our best sponsors.
They said, "Listen, we're a sponsor. I know you were about to spend a lot of money on setting up some very difficult and hard to set up shopping system on your website, which is the leastwecouldo.com. Is it the least we could do or the least we could do?
Oh my God, I hope it's not the dot least dot we dot could dot
Super.
do dot.
Yeah.
I fucking hope that's not it.
So it's not going to be sold on the website, but there will be a link from the website to Jimmy's Bazaar, because Jimmy's Bazaar is going to be the exclusive store of the least we could do, because we keep it simple, stupid, right, guys?
Yeah, and nobody else does this. We're the only ones. It's super original.
Also, I'm putting in an order for some enamel pins for us. And I don't know what design we're going to use, but somebody should come up with a design and then we'll use
Hey,
that.
can we get like some tidy whities with the least we could do on the ass,
I'd wear that.
Oh, like to sell?
or just to like wear? Maybe like some boxer briefs. Because I'm not really into the tight ones, like the briefs, you know.
Do you put that on your? You know what? I think women would take that the wrong way. If you were to give your girlfriend or your wife a pair of underwear, do we call them panties? And that on the derriere part it says the least we could do. They're like, you are they getting a message that they were the second choice for the train that's about to roll on them?
No, they're promoting our show
Okay.
when they're in their underwear. Like,
Yeah.
So they're promoting our show to an audience of one normally, but it's just a reminder to them to keep watching every Saturday at 8 Central Standard Time.
No, there it is.
That is it.
I think that works. That was a proper smoke break.
Yeah. I don't think this guy is going to respond. I just saw that he read my post, though. I mean, my message to him. He just read it.
Oh, look, people love Kyle.
Oh, what's up, Michael?
Hey, Michael. What's up,
Hi,
buddy?
Michael. You know, there's 2 other people on this fucking show, Michael.
He doesn't care about you.
He doesn't love you. He loves me.
It's okay. What do you got there, Kyle?
Tequila.
Ooh. Where's Sax Man when we need him? So we're not getting any closure on this chicken issue tonight, I guess.
I don't think so. I think
Jimmy,
yeah.
Do we evaluate deeply why the fuck you want to buy a questionably horse-shaped chicken nugget?
It's not a nugget, dude. It's a piece of orange chicken.
Cool.
From Panda Express.
Aged outside and in the freezer.
On the porch. That's right.
You gonna eat it?
I don't.
He's gonna eat it on the show.
I don't think I'll eat it.
Yes, you will.
But I do like oddities.
Oh, Michael's in that Axe Bro cult with you. I see.
Bros folk show.
I was like an axe shaman.
Shaman,
as they say.
Well, you throw yourself into anything that you do, and you go 110%. You were running one of the most premier axe places in the world, and you were known for your axe sharpening skills. Am I right?
That's what I heard too.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay.
You weren't working there when I was throwing axes there.
No,
like the two times me and Doc went through axes.
Yeah. But yeah, I still
we need to go throw axes. That's what we should do. If I could go to
open.
fucking Six Flags, we could go throw axes.
Urban Axes is open. Go check it out.
You get a discount still?
I don't know what I get. I've worked once since March. And
man, I wish this whole thing would end. We could do like a live show from Urban Axes.
It would be loud as fuck and possibly impossible.
Possibly impossible. We can do the impossible if it wasn't for fucking, you know.
I'm working on some other things to do live shows at some venues.
Some outdoor stuff. Let's do some. We should do. There's a out here. It's called the Brushy Creek Amphitheater, and they just fired up some live music and stuff. Maybe we could do a podcast festival with a bunch of local podcasts.
Do you know a lot of podcasters locally?
Me.
Oh,
Jimmy.
What is this?
You.
Oh, who gave you control?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't mean for it to automatically jump up there.
No, Jimmy.
Oh, the top.
No, my friend Rachel, she is a breast cancer survivor, and the other day,
I don't know if this is completely legal.
It is. It totally.
I mean, I understand it's covered, but it doesn't look covered. This could throw some algorithm,
the nipple algorithm.
Let's not
and take us off.
It's the Tata
shadow band.
Let's remove that. The tatatop.com. So she posted a pic of her out in the desert doing something, and I don't know. And she was wearing that, but she was celebrating. I think she's celebrating a big anniversary. I want to say 10 years. It might have been 5. I'm not sure.
Right.
But I didn't read the details. I just was happy for her when I heard that she was cancer free and she was given another good diagnosis. And then she had a picture of her out there in the desert, you know, in her Wonder Woman pose with the Tata top on. And I sent her a message. I was like, "Damn, girl, what's up?" And then I sent her a couple of pics. I just, you know, started taking some pics and just sent her a couple. I was like, this she's wearing that top. It means that
you're the unsolicited dick man.
No, I'm kidding. No, she's a good friend. And so I sent a message and said, "Hey, listen, I I need one of those. That's amazing. And congrats on the good news. And so anyway, she sent back the tatatop.com is the website. They also are donating. They are much better than
I think it's
Much
pronounced
better than we are.
pronounced Tata.
Tata.
Ta-ta top.
Tata top.
Ta-ta top.
Tata. So I love it. I love it. It's wonderful. And they also have panties with a little bush on them. Or
You seen those towels?
A little merkin.
with the penis on it. That's that's
I
pretty
need-
fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun for me by myself here.
Yeah.
You look yourself in the
There
mirror,
was-
you're like,
Oh, you know what, Jimmy? There was an interesting story about you that came up last night.
is it about wiping his ass?
No, it
Oh.
was regarding a beard competition. I don't know what, like a year ago, maybe at the Iron Bear.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Who knows that story needs to come on the show and tell it if that's the case.
that's
Do I just-
Colleen.
Colleen.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get
I
Colleen on here.
vaguely remember something about a disrobed Jimmy.
No, I was wearing clothes,
that's
but
No,
look,
this must have been a different night because you were naked.
no, I was
Yeah,
not.
you had no clothes on.
I was down to underwear, and
Now we're getting to the meat
Yeah.
of this.
I was
See
down-
how I drug him into telling the story,
yeah,
Kyle?
Here
this
it
is
is.
the thing.
Because I made it a little bit worse than it actually is.
Keep it
now
under
you have
4
to
minutes.
Defend something.
Why? What's happening in 4 minutes?
I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Listen, in a beard competition, the competition is stiff. We were at the Iron Bear, which is a gay bar, right?
Mhm.
And there was a judging panel that I needed to impress.
Mhm.
So I thought, you know
A
what?
judging panel
I
made up of who? Do you remember?
Beardos.
Was Tony on the
All
judging
of our
panel?
friends.
Oh, but
All
there was
6 of them.
there was audience participation. Like if you were doing a good job,
Right.
the audience would cheer and
Yeah.
it would sway votes. Is what I'm saying.
True.
Absolutely.
Very true.
What I did,
Things
listen,
swayed.
I learned a lesson that night because I did not win that competition. I went
Mm-mm.
down to my underwear. I even like rolled my underwear down. I
Didn't you hump the stage a little?
might have been some stage humping.
Did you hurt a ball? Did you almost rupture a testy?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Just
I don't-
checking.
If I
First
hurt
beard-
myself,
first-
I don't remember.
First beard comp I went to, I mooned the whole audience. So
Yeah, well, there you go.
And what were you mad at them?
Did you
no,
win?
I had a onesie with a butt flap.
A union suit, if you
union.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had footies too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Super warm.
Was
It
that
a hot
the?
Patsy.
There's a lot of footy pajamas at beard competitions. I find it kind of creepy from time to time.
Yeah. Grown men in their onesies.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't think Colleen's coming on here.
Come on, Colleen.
Come on, Colleen.
Come on.
She's not gonna come on.
Yeah, I mean it is October, so she's
Yeah,
probably
she's
putting
busy
up
with
Halloween
spooky-
decorations.
She's busy with spoopy stuff.
Yeah. Spooky season.
Spoopy. It's not spooky.
Spoopy.
It's spoopy.
Fuck is spoopy.
I don't know. I didn't read the article, but it's spoopy. I don't
All
know.
right.
You know, she
Going with it. Speaking of spoopy, have you guys seen this Hubie Halloween movie on Netflix? It's Adam Sandler flick.
Oh no.
It's pretty good. I watched it on vacation.
I did watch Halloween, the new one with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mm-hmm. How was that?
It was really good. Like
I haven't seen any Halloween movies since the Rob Zombie remakes.
which sucks if you haven't.
I
seen
don't
a lot of
know.
them.
I liked them.
I don't know.
I like.
I'm not a
Rob
horror
Zombie's
movie
flicks.
person. I
No,
like Army of Darkness.
it's more of a comedy.
Right. That's it. That's all I like in horror era.
Horror comedies.
Yeah.
Um,
Ramades.
How'd you feel about the Scream series? Jimmy's in pain with this
Yeah, I know, 'cause
conversation
he's-
right now.
'cause he's not
No,
talking.
it's
He
cool.
was on his phone.
I was texting Colleen trying to talk her into coming on the show. She says it's bedtime. All right, so look, this is where we
Somebody's-
open it up.
Hold
Post
on.
the damn link in the
Hold
comment.
on. Hold on. TC Applesauce just came on.
Who's TC Applesauce?
I don't know. We'll find out. Let's bring him on.
Get TC Applesauce.
What's up, TC Applesauce?
TC,
What's up?
Oh,
This
hey.
Wait, are you Chicken Nugget Man?
No. Yes.
No,
Yeah, you've got
Okay.
the chicken, you've got the horse-shaped chicken nugget.
no, I'm Charlie.
It's not.
You just sent me an invite, so I was
Yeah.
like, why
What are you
not?
doing? No, I just started realizing that I didn't prepare too well for the second hour of the show. Once I had the first hour booked, well, we had Mike June on.
Oh,
you know, you were watching the show.
That's right. It was
um,
great.
Yeah.
It was almost so good. It's like that's such a tough act to follow. You guys nailed that first segment so much. I almost feel like all I can do is bring the show down.
Kyle,
But
Kyle,
but
clip
I'm here
that.
for that. I will. I'll do that.
Yeah, well, let's do it together.
Yeah.
Now you know Mike from back in the day, but Charlie, I was hitting you up because what were we talking about?
The other night.
No. Oh, what were we talking? Yeah, well, maybe that's interesting. What were we
what
talking
were we
about the other
talking
night?
about?
But what were we talking about, Dwayne?
Well, you guys touched on so many nuggets. I can't possibly.
We were talking about a nugget.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad
It
you
was
were
hard
paying
for me to
attention.
stay abreast of the situation. I'm gonna have to wing it.
No, I there was something just a minute ago that we were talking about that I was triggered to hit you
Oh,
up.
the naked Iron Bear story.
No, that was Colleen. He doesn't know anything about that. Have
No.
you ever seen me naked?
No, but close.
Okay.
Did you want me to tell this story, or do you want me to not tell this story of the?
Okay, tell it.
All right, so one of these days, back in the I don't know, sometime 20 years ago or some odd, I was taking niacin to flush out my blood cells, and Jimmy saw me and another roommate. I don't know if you are y'all. Is anybody? Okay, I know Jimmy is familiar with niacin. Are you familiar with niacin?
Yeah.
No, other guy, not you, Jimmy.
Yeah, Dwayne said yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did say yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what it does to your body. Anyway, Jimmy thought we were taking some cool new hip fun
Multivitamin.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
And,
even think it was drugs. I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't take a pill. I don't like pills, but I thought it was like echinacea or something that's gonna St. John's wort or something. Like, sure,
Something
give me
healthy.
give
Because
me a
we were taking
supplement.
it out of a cabinet, so there's no way he thought it was something cool. He was just like,
Right.
yeah, I'll try that, whatever.
Right.
But he asked us, he's like, "What's that?" And we're like, "Don't worry about it. You don't want none of this, right?" And,
That just made it worse.
Yeah.
You want nothing to do with this, Dewey.
yeah, you don't want this.
Niacin.
It's not for you. You're not
Yeah.
strong enough for this, right? And so, I guess me and my roommate go outside to smoke a cigarette, and after a couple minutes, we realize like, "Oh, where's Jimmy?" And we think nothing of it. This is a house where Jimmy came and went. It wasn't a big deal that he wasn't with us. We weren't worried he was ransacking our shit or anything.
That was my own man.
Yeah, he was a grown man with grown problems
Right.
and a bowl haircut, if I remember correctly at the time. But anyway, a Prince Valiant haircut. Anyway, so we come back inside. We just sit down and start watching TV, right? And Jimmy, we're starting to kind of worry about Jimmy. We kind of hear some groaning and some weird stuff coming from the bathroom, but we're like, people poop. no big deal, right?
Right.
And Jimmy comes out of the bathroom and he's like, so I guess, okay, let me back up a little bit. I guess when we went outside, Jimmy had done the thing where he's like, you don't tell me what to take. And he went into the cabinet, grabbed whatever, the niacin. And it was like the highest level niacin you could ever take. And for those who don't understand, niacin has an effect on your body.
Mm-hmm.
So let me take over the story here and tell you about the journey that I had while I was in the bathroom. So
you probably hallucinated.
No, we take this niacin and you know, toss it back. We're drinking some coffees, I think, and just hanging out,
amping it up.
Yeah. Who knew
a little more
coffee
diuretic.
was fucking jet fuel for a niacin 1500 milligram quick release pill?
Fuck's sake.
It's like gel caps.
Yeah, this is I just went straight to the Olympics of niacin. So anyway, we're smoking a cigarette, and all of a sudden I feel a little discomfort in the stomach area, right? A little bit.
Yeah, I bet you did.
A little bit of maybe I got
bubble get.
I had a little poopies going on.
A little bubble get.
Going to the bathroom. I have a sit, and nothing's working. Yeah, like nothing was ready. You know.
Here's an important question that comes into play here. Are you a naked shitter?
No,
that is an important question. You will find out.
That is an important because I'm a naked shitter, so this is important.
No. I if anything, you know, I don't even really pull the shirt up, you know, in any weird way.
Are you one of those ones that
don't tie the shirt up in the front like Daisy Duke? Like
no,
most men tie the shirt up in a bra situation. That's what most men do.
Yeah. I don't do that because it catches beard hairs. It's uncomfortable. So
now, do you bring your trousers down past knee, or do you just kind of 3/4 them?
Who does that?
Hold on, who does that?
I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
What kind of places do you hang out,
dude? There's places that don't have doors on the stalls. And if you got to shit, you got to shit. Some dudes don't want to go past the knee. They just want to clear the ass for the bowl.
I can see that in a stage situation. Like if I was in a completely wide open stall, I might consider altering my pants. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a good. I don't.
Well, you don't want them to touch the floor in a public stall. You don't know who's been in there. Guy could have been tapping his foot in there.
Do you pull your pants off like all the way past your shoes?
Oh yeah, I get completely nude before I shit.
Well, that's awesome.
The only thing that stays on is the shoes.
Wait,
I thought.
Wait. If you're at Buc-ee's,
that's only if there's a hook.
If you're at Buc-ee's, is this happening?
No, not usually. I don't generally shit in public places.
Okay, so you're a home field guy.
Yeah, as much as possible. I try to regulate where I'm pretty good at timing where it hits it in the morning so I can get it in before school.
Okay, but you could have a flannel, an undershirt, jeans, underpants.
Oh, midwinter, yeah.
And some socks
vest,
and boots, like complicated boots.
Right. Lace up.
Yeah, and you will take it all off before
chastity belt.
Yeah.
Condom.
Penal cage, everything.
Yeah.
It's funny you asked that question because that does play into the story.
It does. It's an important part.
Okay, so there I am. I'm on the toilet. I think I have to go.
You gotta let me tell the part when you come out of the bathroom. This is
all right. I will.
Literally why I picked up this call.
So I think I gotta go number 2, and then I'm like, no, this is not a number 2 stomach discomfort. This is what's puke? Is that what we call it? Number 3?
Nausea.
I think I can just say puke.
Yeah, number 3 is 5 on 1.
Spew.
Like a suspect.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I think I got to puke, right? No. I'm like
dry heave.
Nothing's coming, you know. And then I stand up and I look at myself, and I am as red as Charlie's shirt. My face was beat red, and I was like, "Oh my god, having a heart attack, and I take my shirt off, and my whole torso, my arms, are as red as the Lone Star. My body was an inferno. Every capillary was firing.
Oh yeah.
And it's not shit. It's not puke. It's impending death. And so I walk out the door to tell my friends that I think I'm
dying.
So he comes out, and yes, he was like, his skin was, it looked like he just like fell asleep in the sun for 5 hours. And he's, he's trying to play it cool. Like, no guy wants to be to their friends like, oh, I'm having a heart attack, or I'm dying or whatever. And he's trying to be cool, but he's like, guys, I don't feel so good, right? And we still haven't put it together. We're looking at him like, yeah, man, you don't look so good. Like, what kind of action was going on? Like, we thought he had just taken, a real grumpy and was just strained out.
Right.
And
like, who does
that? And then he's like,
who has the shit that compromises their skin color?
I'm so hot. He's like, I'm so hot. And like, niacin makes you feel like your sun is burning from the inside out. Like, yeah.
Like you swallowed the sun.
And again, we still haven't put it together because we told him, don't take these pills. So we in our mind, we're like, sure, he didn't take these.
Took the pills.
Yeah. And they're just, they're exploding his capillaries, and he's burning up. He's sweating, and he's scared. Like, the look on his face was that of like, this is it, guys. Like, it's been really good knowing you.
Yeah.
Get me to the hospital, but I don't think I'm going to make it.
We had a good run.
Yeah.
DNR me.
You were ready for death, right?
Yeah, I was ready. I was ready to
skin,
find the DNR.
My skin, it's everything. And then he just starts taking his pants off in the middle of the living room. And that's when we just lost our shit.
Yeah.
Because that's when all of us collectively realized exactly what was happening. But see, the thing is, Jimmy didn't, at this point, Jimmy's now mad. He thinks we're laughing at him dying. Like, he's pretty sure he's dying. And
I need a hospital.
He needs to go. And we couldn't even talk. We were laughing so hard.
You should have shoved him in an ice bath and just left him there.
Made it worse. Yeah, like,
fucking
hey, here's hypothermia.
Try this.
Yeah.
Oh, good
This will kill
time.
you too.
This is one of the good drug stories that you can tell people. And this was just over the counter shit that can make you think like you are dying.
Yeah.
Don't do niacin, kids. And if you do a slow release tablet, and I recommend
On a
something
full stomach.
on a full stomach. That's
The other thing. Yeah,
I'd come over there. Okay, now listen, and I'm not trying to deflect here, okay, but Charlie, if it was like,
deflect, for the record, just
hey
Totally.
man, let's get some breakfast. Come on over. And it was like, oh yeah, cool. I'm starving right now. I'll be right there. And then you get over there at 10, and it's like, hey man, let's go. Well, hold on, we're waiting for Chuffy is coming. We're gonna have Chuffy come, and then real quick we're gonna play a bit of porch hockey, and then hold on, let me just write this song, and then we'll go. So hypoglycemic Jimmy.
Don't take the niacin.
Yeah, I had a couple incidents this week of me not eating breakfast, and then I had a blowout at work. What do you think about that, Charlie? Have I ever been unreasonable with you?
No. Yes, absolutely. I don't think anybody's above that. We used to have this kid I worked with, and he was like Mr. Workout King and all this kind of shit. And he would try and work double, and like towards the end of the halfway point of his double, he would just go from like literally the nicest guy in the world to the most impossible human being you've ever been around. Mm-hmm. And it was a Snickers commercial basically. It was like, yeah.
That's my life.
Yeah,
I have to eat at certain points of the day, and then if there's an outside force that causes me any stress or or strife, or if I have to think too hard about something, all bets are off.
I never had that problem until I started getting old, man. Now I have that issue.
Like this whole thing about eating 3 square meals is kind of bullshit. Because like, what they're saying is like, okay, eat when you get up, and then when you're starving again in the middle of the day, eat again, and then later at night when you're starving again, eat, and that gives you 2 opportunities to fucking freak the hell out because you haven't eaten it, like you haven't snacked. You know, you're supposed to kind of be grazing all day, I think, and I think you really realize this when you work any kind of shift work, when it's like when the job starts to when like you have time to eat is sort of up in the air.
Right.
Yeah.
You absolutely need to keep like a pack of nuts or something in your pocket, or you're just going to become awful. I mean, there's nobody in the world that's above that. I'm pretty sure like even Jesus, when he like broke up the temples, it was just like, yo, dude, eat a Snickers or whatever candy bars,
dude. Here,
whatever candy bar is sponsoring you guys.
You'd think him turning over the tables in the temple was
angry.
Was a low sugar episode.
If I was a detective, the first thing I would ask if I came upon that scene, if like the cops were called, to be like, "Have you eaten?"
Yeah. When was the last time you ate?
Yeah, and he'd be like, "You know what?
Can I get you something?"
That's it. I haven't. And he'd be like, "You want a BLT?" He'd be like, "Bro, I'm super Jewish." And you'd be like, totes forgot.
Totes forgot.
You want a lamb, an LLT?
How about a pickle?
Yeah.
You want a pickle?
Yeah. And be like, is it kosher?
Hey, well, listen, thanks for coming on last minute. You kind of bailed us out. I was
me and Kyle were having a fine conversation about film, but
I know. I was like, I got to end this. And then one of these days, I want to get you on. I know that you're silently and slowly working on your album, right? But there's a song that's not going to be on that album, and it's that "Dying to Meet Me." I need to find it, and then we need to get that.
We need to piece it back together.
Yeah. But if you don't know Charlie Mason, he's awesome singer-songwriter, one of my favorites. And also probably whenever I plan on talking about the big one, we'll have you on to talk about the big one.
Oh, dude, definitely on that one. That song wrote itself, if you will. And hey, if we can bring Billy Broom on too, because he actually had a hand in that.
Oh, okay, great. Will do. Well, look, we're done. We're done for tonight. Thanks, Charlie, for joining us. I'll say
we got memes.
I'm gonna say. Oh, well, stick around for the memes.
Okay.
If you don't
stick
mind.
around for the memes,
no, I don't
Charlie.
mind.
All right. Well, this is our first one. This is a new. Hey, what do you think of this shirt? This is the shirt that I just we're just launching. We're selling it.
It's not busy enough.
Okay.
But no, I do like it. I saw it. Adam showed me it the other night. I really do like it.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, buy one. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
No
I already did. I just did. Check your sales log.
It's not up yet. It's not.
No,
up
I mean I did.
We haven't listed the shirt for sale yet.
Yeah.
So speaking of Mike June,
it's already been knocked off. Wait a minute.
Interview after doing a little bit of dope. This dude posing for his morning shot on the TV show.
Cups upside down.
Yeah. Next. Describing cartoons right now. Next.
I like it.
Yeah, so
Kyle's fat.
There's my
foot,
man. There's my fat foot.
That's a fat foot, man. Like
Why
even,
not?
I don't know. This is on DoorDash. I went to convenience and then CVS is trying to give me. See, I think there's a sting on the top of your foot, though. I think you got stung twice.
No,
well, is that a
can
bee
we
thing?
zoom in on that?
Bee, and the bee got.
Kyle, can you zoom in on that foot? On that fat fucking foot, dude?
Am I seeing hair or? But it looks like a.
I'm a hairy dude. So.
Oh yeah, he's got hobbit feet
Let's
for
talk about
sure.
your toes.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not zooming in.
Which
Okay,
toe
all right.
was it? This one right here,
The middle
Both your
toe.
toes
the
have,
middle, the
like,
fat one in the middle that looks
They're
kinda
all
like a.
they're
your
all chubby
your
right
two
now.
big toes are both blemished.
But that middle
Yeah,
one looks
they're
like a
all
pit
disturbing
viper.
degree.
It's very disturbing.
It's got like a diamond head on it. It
Hey,
looks
Kyle,
poisonous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you out. Next.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Okay. Next. I don't know why 7-Eleven's trying to sell me pregnancy tests. This is hilarious. Cats are totally like this, right, guys?
Is it hilarious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Let me write that down.
Yeah. Did you see this? The Western symbolism of painting,
No.
flies and paintings. Okay. Next.
We did see the cranberry. flag.
This guy's boring. Next.
Who does
this-
these
is good.
stupid fucking meme slideshows?
It's
Jimmy
shit.
does.
It's shit that I find during the week, and then it's here. Okay.
Who do you follow to find this bullshit?
Here's a Venn diagram, Dwayne.
I
at the center.
understand the Venn diagram.
Dude,
Let's open-
honestly, this is one of those meme what's it called? Templates that I think could use like a year's break. Because it's been co-opted by people who don't understand what a Venn diagram is.
True statement.
Well, like all the ones that people were sharing, like totally understand that black people, Black Lives
God.
Matter, but also, it's me in the middle. Believe that blue lives, believe that black lives, believe that all lives. Okay, got it. Next. Dog search. So basically, the moral of the story: dog surgeons, assholes. Every woman that you've ever been with still has your DNA in her.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Next.
Hilarious.
That's
I like-
80.
See,
I
I like that because it looks delicious.
Trump steaks are the best steaks, man.
That looks like pork, dude. I'm calling
Highest
bullshit.
quality. Highest
Pork.
quality.
That's definitely pork.
Next. I love these. The Americans, when they see kilometers per hour instead of Budweiser per Freedom Eagle.
You already did this one, Jimmy.
No, it was a
God
different
damn it.
one. It was
Oh.
a different one.
It was a
Okay.
different
But I will
it was
share
the same
every
photo, but
every
it was a
single
different-
one that is about us hating kilometers per hour versus
Mm.
whatever America, Statue of Liberty, flag waving,
Hey,
tank.
Say what you will about our measurements and shit.
You got
You
an
know,
opinion?
we're still the only people on the moon, Jimmy. even with yards and inches and shit.
We're the only people on the moon. True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Next.
yeah, people.
What is with the step? The
I don't-
step cow.
I don't know. I don't
It's
understand
very
it.
popular right
I
now.
don't
I
like it.
understand it, and I hate to admit that I understand it, but
I mean, I understand it.
100% of fucking any pornography right now is step this and step that.
That's
You're
true.
like,
Yeah.
when did strangers just meet in ice cream trucks? Like, what
I have
happened
a
to the good
step
old days?
story, but it wasn't my step. It was someone else's step.
Jeez.
I went with a friend of mine to his family reunion and he banged his cousin
Wow.
There
in
you
the
go.
bed next to me in the hotel.
Wow. Did you watch?
Sorry, you said next.
One flew over the cuckoo's
Oh,
nest.
that is clever. That's so clever.
Isn't
That's
that great?
So clever.
Yeah.
Are you testing
Next.
this?
Next. I love this. In this town, you don't get a girlfriend, you get a turn.
Our girlfriend.
See, I like that. That's a good
Oh my
comeback.
god.
Next.
Yep.
You hear?
Oh
I'm
man.
sure- I knew you'd have some opinions about this. Were
I mean,
you
I'm
ever
fine
in a-
with this. Whatever, dude. Do your thing. At least they're of age and not boys.
That can't be the real picture of the priest because he's like, it's like they caught
I
him.
hope
They
it's
caught
not.
him in the act, and he's just like,
You know what
"Hey."
though? It would
Like,
explain
looks-
why he had to pay these two broads.
It looks like they
Wait, what-
caught him mid transition from regular person to vampire in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Next?
Door?
I almost thought that this was inappropriate, but I thought of Doc, and I was like,
Yeah.
But I don't.
Always appropriate.
I don't get it.
What do you
Because
mean?
they're all looking at you, dipshit.
Oh, they're looking.
They're all looking at you, you dumb fuck.
You cunt.
If you can't spot the gun in the room,
Next.
it's you.
That's what
Wow.
we're doing that with our shirts.
I like this
Yeah.
one because
We're doing that with the shirts.
my parents sent me this one in 1999.
Thank you.
They mail it
This
to
was
you.
actually
They
the
faxed
first
it.
the first
snail
forwarded
mail?
email.
Next.
It's a postcard.
This was me this week. Just trying to open up, man. Just trying to.
Yes, right.
No, we know.
Next.
Oh, that's deep. That's a deep
Yeah.
cut, dude.
Nice.
It when hits hard.
Especially
does.
coming from Kermit, man. It just feels
Yeah.
harder.
You know, like
It hits harder that way.
But when I saw that, I
Yeah,
was like,
Kermit hits
yeah.
hard, bro.
He
I was like,
does, man. He
yeah.
says everything with a smile, and that smile fucking hurts, bro.
It does. It ain't easy.
But I mean, like
Not being green.
Why are there so many?
the comeback to
songs
that
about
is
rainbows?
Why are there so many fucking songs about rainbows? Let's
Can you,
talk
I
about
want you
that.
to name. I want seriously though. I've got to call Kermit on this bullshit. Name 3 songs about rainbows.
Rainbow
I
in the Dark.
Never heard of it.
Rainbows.
from
rainbows
yes,
in the
from
dark.
Rainbow.
No,
Like
fucking
a rainbow
Dio.
in the dark.
It's fucking Dio.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's,
Somewhere over the rainbow.
That's 2,
that's two.
and this one is the 3rd one.
Fuck yeah, that one's the 3rd one.
I think it's
you're
a
right.
metaphor for happy songs, you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, all right.
next. Anyway, that's not as good a cut down as you think it is. Like, go live the life that you think you lead on Instagram, or well, they're on freaking boats. They're with people. They're having a great time. Look at the food that they're eating.
Just
Mhm.
spreading Corona like.
Yeah, but-
crazy.
It's a Halloween costume, so it's
Oh.
not real.
Oh, okay. Next.
You miss everything.
This is what I
Is
get.
that Barbara Streisand?
Yes, that is Barbara Streisand.
She known to be pretty
She-
open.
She bangs at garage sales.
Yep.
Really?
Common
Next.
knowledge,
Next, everybody knows that.
conventional wisdom.
Yeah, I bet you did that.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay, I like that one.
Is that him or is that his brother?
That's his.
Nobody
racist,
knows. Next,
Can you tell the difference between the two of them?
this hit me hard.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course he
It's
did.
just
Jimmy.
the way you talk, Jimmy.
Oh,
So
You remember when Kyle used to be able to sympathize with you on these, Jimmy?
Yeah.
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 And now
That
he's
was
like,
like a week ago. No, what was
Like,
the question you asked me? What's it like to
touch a
to
boob.
look at boobs?
Yeah.
It's like, you have the internet. Fine.
I mean, yeah, I've
not
got the
the same.
internet. I mean, there's webcam girls out there. You can talk to them. You can send them money if you want. But that's not going to fill my soul. That's going to dig the pit deeper. I need a connection with a flesh and blood woman behind bars that I can yell at.
Behind
You can get
bars.
a robot.
It's you
now.
on
Whoa,
the right
what
side.
You can get
No.
a robot now for like cheap, dude, like 6 to 10 grand. You could have a fully functioning sex robot
Who,
Is that cheap?
Who
with
trusts?
an AI that
Yeah, but-
learns based on your. I watched the whole program about it on Netflix. You should look
Shut
into
up.
it. No, seriously,
No,
the
that-
BuzzFeed series on Netflix.
that's going to somehow, I mean, because you're going to, of course, it's going to integrate into like your shopping list. You're going to have to give it your credit card. It's going to start doing like
No, I mean,
unauthorized
It doesn't
purchases.
walk around doing your errands for you and shit. It'll talk to you and listen to your feelings and then blow you and take anal.
What if it can also
right.
do your errands?
That would
I
be
mean,
great.
if it could
That
do
would be
your
great.
errands, that'd be cool too. But
Has-
this one dude had 5 of them, bro.
we didn't ask Mike June his opinion of pineapple on pizza. Charlie, do you have an opinion?
I'm against it.
Yeah, it's not for
I'm
me.
for it.
I don't like openly judge people who enjoy it, other than I just choose not to be friends with them or associate with them at all.
There.
All right.
Next.
I was gonna say I agree with Charlie, but then he went a little too far.
Next. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the fly. Well,
Dude, did you talk about the fly swatter?
Everybody talked about the fly enough.
I was
Did you
going to
talk
say,
about
yeah,
the fly
thank God you
swatters?
didn't talk about the fly.
They put fly swatters up on the campaign website that night and sold out of them.
Yeah.
Shit.
it's
Clever.
ridiculous.
That's
Next,
good. What's that?
I think it's
Manure.
newer. Next,
Manure.
this is me.
Too small.
It says, "Hey, come out of your shell." Oh, and then they stab them.
Oh,
And then
that's
you know
funny.
what? This reminds me, because this is
Same
twice
thing
that
with
I've
turtles.
completely described a cartoon. The other day, I called
It
my
took this
parents.
out of context because they made soup out of him afterwards and fed an entire village of people.
That's true. I read about it.
It's completely taken out of context.
I called my dad a couple weeks ago and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just reading the comics." I was like, "Oh, which one?" "Oh, Beetle Bailey." And I was like, "Oh, well, read it to me." And he's like, "Oh, okay, well." And then he did. And it was fascinating. Like, call your parents tomorrow and have them, be like, "Hey, you got the comics around? I'm just really theming for what's another one? Helga the Horrible or
Hagar.
Hagar the
the horrible.
Dude,
Hagar
here's
the
what I'm
horrible.
wondering: are comics like staying topical? Like, if
Yeah,
I was to open the
they
paper the next
absolutely
day,
should.
is there going to be a comic about like? There's going to be like one about Corona, one about BLM, one about the protests, one about the like.
Are they still
already just-
doing
Some
Doonesbury?
do.
Some do, some don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Doonesbury is going to be, Doonesbury, but it's like Garfield jumping in. Is he weighing in on the current,
Like, so what's
Depends
really
on the artist.
screwed me up was Sally Worth.
Garfield's probably got a mask with one of the slits in it so he could still eat lasagna.
That's right.
But was it Sally Worth or
Mondays.
where they all of a
Fourth.
sudden made a decision to like they were going to age. They were because like they were stuck in a time zone where they were not aging at all.
No, I think
Sally Fourth is what you're thinking of.
it wasn't Sally
Sally
Worth. It was that the even worse one, the one that like never even has a joke. Gosh.
Oh,
darn.
Family Circus.
Family circus? Circus?
Oh,
All right,
God.
next on the menu.
Lulu. That's what it was. Lulu. Oh, look
Next.
at that. We were talking about
Cool.
that earlier.
So I added one. This is the last one.
That guy's
Yep.
taking a shit. You can tell because he's naked.
This got found on Craigslist by a friend of mine.
Seeking knee wetter.
Looking for reliable, honest, hardworking individual to work 2 to 4 hours a week as a knee wetter. My wife and I have a bathtub that is unfortunately a little too short. Our knees stick above the water and are uncomfortably cold. We would like someone who can pour a ladle of warm water over our knees every few minutes when we bathe. No uncomfortable eye contact, please. You will need to sing.
I don't want to disappoint y'all, but I already took the job. So
That's what I figured.
All
I
right,
mean,
Charlie. Thanks, buddy.
Good to see you, Charlie.
love y'all.
hey, thanks for
It's
coming
been
on.
fun.
We'll see you again real soon.
Yeah.
Good Mel. How do I get off?
Well,
don't know.
trying to
We'll
get.
get rid of you. Hold
I'm
on.
hoping they'll do that for me.
Cut him off mid sentence.
Guys, great job. Do we have something to go to, or are we?
Yeah,
just going-
I think Mike June singing "Hard Times" on a little YouTube video would be pretty good.
Let's do it. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. MikeJune.com or MikeJune.bandcamp.com to get his new album, download it. It's great. Charlie and Lily. Wow. Did you guys like that? Did you listen to this?
Yeah, that was great.
Gotta connect to those freaking lyrics, man. It's tough. It's an American story.
Had really
And-
good sound too. Good job on the sound check, Kyle.
Yeah. You're amazing, Kyle.
Yeah, and then
Great
I text you
producer.
guys mean things.
I'll
during
see
the
you.
break.
We got an Austin Facial Hair Club meeting.
Oh, were you
tomorrow at 2.
texting?
And we'll see you guys next week at 8:00. Thank you, everybody. And then go to either Jimmy's Bazaar on Facebook, or you know what, just stay tuned. We'll have all the links up for the shirt. And just buy the stupid shirt and we'll ship it out. And it's just a fun shirt. I'm not trying to make any enemies here, but we could use.
Jimmy's just trying to pay for the shirts. Is all he's trying to do.
I'll get you another microphone. But we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle.
problem.
Love you guys. And here's Mike June with Hard Times.
This is going to be the first single on my new record when it comes out. The single's actually going to be out in a couple weeks. We're going to be doing a Kickstarter to get the record out. So if you want to know more about that, got my mailing list over there, and I got my CDs. The way I do it with my CDs is basically, I really can't tell you how much music is worth to you. Everybody has a subjective experience with music. So I would love to get $10 for a CD, but if you don't have $10 on you, you just have a couple bucks, just throw it in the box, take the CD, take it home. If you like it, burn it and give it to your friends. If you don't like it, burn it and give it to the people you don't like. It works just as well. But take one home with you. Sign the mailing list, and if you don't have the $10, you give me back some other time. Just take it home with you and enjoy it. And this new record I got coming out is it's been inspired by our travels around the country over the past year. Me and John D have logged about probably 20,000 miles together over the last year. And we're lucky. We live in Austin, Texas, where there's a lot of jobs, a lot of people coming to work, and so you don't really see it until you get outside of Austin and start driving around, how bad things are for a lot of people out there. And my only message about that is that, we can fight over politics and left and right and all that shit, but it's not really going to matter. The way we can circumvent all that stuff is if we just treat each other the way we'd like to be treated, then we can circumvent all that crap in Washington. So treat your brothers and sisters like they're your brothers and sisters. Thanks, everybody. Well, I went to my job and they took it away. Yeah, my wife took the kids and she left the next day. She said, you ain't a man if you ain't getting paid. Yeah, I guess it's all love is worth these days.